What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Riding the Wave podcast with your host, MJ in the house. Y'all better motherfucking recognize. And I got my little nephew here to the right. Noah,
what's up,
say
guys?
what's up, Noah?
Guys? Good to be on this podcast.
Hey, man, thank you for taking the time to be on with me. And if anybody's curious, where is Aid? He's currently saving lives. He's currently saving lives overseas, and I think in Africa, so he's out there saving young children. No, he's not. He's not doing that. He's working. He should be here, but he's working. Now they changed his schedule, so we got an uphill battle to figure out, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Until then, hey, keep on doing what you're doing, brother. We miss you. We'll see you on the next one, hopefully. But all right, nephew.
Wait, hold on. This is for Aid. Are you dedicated?
There you go, baby. Are you dedicated? Let's do it. But let's get things started, bro. Let's get things started. How's your current?
My current's pretty good this week. It has been a solid week. I've just been working on my business, and today I was just doing laundry, making sure my car's clean. My setup's good for details for the upcoming week. So
okay,
it's pretty good.
Well, we're gonna get to that. You don't want to reveal too much. You don't want to reveal too much. Yeah, my current's good too, bro. I'm super excited to get this conversation going. Do you have any shout outs? Anybody you want to do a shout out to?
I just want to shout out my parents, Chris and Maria Escalera. I love you guys, and I appreciate all you guys do. I know I don't say it enough, but you guys mean the world to me.
Man.
Any shout outs for you?
Yeah. I want to do a shout out to you. And for thanking you for coming on and supporting me, and also so it was his birthday. Was it last week?
Yes, sir.
So wanted to again a happy birthday. It was funny because I thought you were 18. I thought you were 18, so I posted like 18 and a bullet, and his mom hits me up like, oh, he's 19. I'm like, oh, smack. Like, my bad.
Both my grandmas did that too. They thought I was saying 18.
Man, we can't keep up, bro. We can't keep up with all these nephews and grandkids and all that. So, but yeah, I want to do shout out to you, and let's get this started.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, I know I'm a little darker than him, but he is my uncle. I got the Mexican side for sure.
Yeah, he got the indigenous side. That's what that. Not a Mexican. You got the indigenous. I got the European side.
I wish.
Okay, so today's topic is gonna be young and motivated. Young and motivated. Because honestly, a lot of people don't know much about my nephew, but honestly, this kid is he's extremely motivated. And that's why I wanted to bring him on, share where his mind's at. I think it's very important that a lot of these young kids, or not these young kids, but young adults, kind of get to hear a positive side of what his journey's like, what he's getting into, what his struggles are, what his strengths are. And he's very independent. That's one thing I could say about my little nephew at a young age. He's very independent. That's what I love about him. And we're gonna dive into this conversation. So you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. All right. Well, let's let the audience know what you're about. Where did you grow up? Brothers and sisters. What high school did you go to? And so forth.
All right. So my name's Noah. I'm from El Sereno, Los Angeles, California.
Represent.
Also from East LA. I hold those two places dearly in my heart. So I'm from El Sereno and East LA. I grew up playing sports my whole life. My dad has been my coach. My mom was always the team mom, and it's just pretty much been the three of us my whole life. But I also have two brothers. One of them, CJ Seafood Broil. He's been on the podcast, and it's just, for the most part, it's just been me and my parents. But yeah. That's pretty much me. I love sports. I love going to church. I love being with my family, and those are pretty much the three things that I'm about.
All right, beautiful, awesome. Okay, so let's get the first question. You just graduated. He just graduated. What school did you go to?
I went to Bosco Technical Institute. It's a small private school in Rosemead, California.
And explain that to the audience. Like, what's Bosco Tech known for as far as its academic wise?
So we're known for being a really, really small private school. My graduating class was about 70 students, and it's really about learning how to apply technologies and stuff like that to help develop students. I really enjoyed being at a school like that, really small, this low-key school. We had fun, we enjoyed ourselves, but we also learned a lot, and it was very beneficial for me. My technology, which every student has, was media arts, and I feel like that's helped me a lot, especially recently. I've been posting. Yeah, you got a question?
Yeah, what's media arts? Explain that to us.
To be honest, like, I wasn't really good at it when I was in school, but
you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like recording, taking pictures, photography, working with the computers, which I'm not really good at, but if I have a phone and a video camera, I feel like I could do my part. So it was just like that. We made a couple like not good movies, but like they helped us like film and stuff like that.
So you're telling me that I'm paying someone to do all of this when you could be doing it for free, or what?
Nah, I just do like TikToks and stuff like that. But
here we go, man.
Yeah, it really helped me out though. So I wasn't the best, but I learned a lot of stuff about media and arts.
So it wasn't your thing?
Not necessarily, but now looking back, I feel like it was a good thing that I joined that. I transferred to that school, and they kind of just threw me in that class because I wanted to do like the construction stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they threw me in, and I was like, might as well. I have a couple friends here, so I really liked it.
So you transferred. So you went to public school, right?
Like growing up, I went to like charter schools, so kind of public schools in East LA. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the difference to the audience, to maybe a young mom maybe considering, or young parents, or parents considering putting their children in private school? What's the difference?
It's definitely very different between like public and private school. We still got our areas that like we struggle with or we lack in, but.
And what are those areas in your opinion?
I don't know. I just felt like me, like, or like other students, we took advantage of being there. Or not took advantage of being there. Like I could have been more like involved with my school and stuff like that, but I feel like they helped me like have a good community. It was an all boys school, so I was just going to school with my boys. We would have fun, enjoy ourselves, but it really helped like learning from that type of environment, being away from certain things, for sure.
Do you think going to the all boys school compared to like a co-ed, do you feel like just it's less distractions, like having that female presence?
Or for sure.
You think so?
Sure. Yeah, I had no distractions. It was just me and my boys. I played sports there, football and track. So it was cool just locking in, going to school, messing around, having a good time with the boys.
So you went to Cathedral, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the difference between going to the Cathedral compared to Bosco?
Cathedral definitely was more of an athletic school. I played like a JV football, nothing big, freshman football, but yeah, it was definitely more athletics. And Bosco Tech was for sure focused on
Academics.
Education. Yeah, education, the religious life, stuff like that. And it was just two different perspectives. One was like super top athletes. The other one was just a couple like smaller guys, more focused on schools and studying and like, yeah.
Okay. And the $1 million question, what is something like that? What's something like that run a parent? An estimated guess, ballpark.
A year was probably like 12 to 14,000.
Damn.
Yeah. Thank you, mom and dad.
I would hope he would say thank you, mom and dad. Jesus, I would say thank you, mom and dad every day you wake up. Like, mom and dad, thank you.
Yeah, I feel bad because my freshman year I did horrible. I had F's and D's and.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think that is if he had no distractions? He just said he had no distractions, but he had distractions. I think the boys is what distracted you.
No, I definitely like my freshman year. I really didn't care. I just came out of 8th grade. And it was definitely hard for me because it was a transition, but I didn't lock in. I was all about sports and stuff like that. So yeah, I wasn't locked in at all. And my mom would cry and she would yell at me, my dad too, but it eventually worked out.
And you were held back, right?
Yeah, I was held back after the COVID year because I didn't show up to classes as I should have.
So I'm sitting here thinking he's an angel. Now I'm finding out he wasn't such a good angel after all.
School was definitely and school was hard for me. I struggled academically, but
What is it that you struggle with academically?
I hate homework. I hate studying. I hate tests, and that definitely held me back for sure.
Yeah, honestly, bro, when I was going to school, I feel like in the beginning I was always locked in, right? Because it's the beginning of the year,
Yeah,
like you're
for sure,
pumped
yeah.
up, and as the year starts to progress, you just start to at least for me, it started to trickle down.
For sure. I would always start the semester straight A's, doing great. By the third week, missing assignment day after day.
Yeah. So do you feel like school is for you or
I feel like it is. I'm gonna be going to community college,
okay?
so I feel I'm excited to go back to school, but at high school I just felt like it was a drag. I just showed up, did like busy work, and I really felt like I wasn't as like dedicated as I should have been.
And well, I think once you go to college, it's gonna be completely different
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you're gonna be the one paying for it.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference when it's coming out of your pocket compared to when it's coming out of your parents'
For
pocket.
sure. I feel so bad for my parents when I was down bad. I was doing really bad in school, but
Did they ever threaten like, man, we're just gonna put you back in public school if this is the way it's gonna be?
more so my mom. My dad was more like, you better lock in for sports. My mom was like, if you don't lock in, we're gonna take you out of here. Like, I paid too much money for that. And I understood that, and I always felt bad, but it just didn't change my mind.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Okay. So you talked about football. I know you've been playing football since, well, you've been playing all sports, baseball, football, and basketball. That's mainly it, right? Track, you did a little bit of track.
I did some soccer. Sorry. I really enjoyed soccer, but I didn't play as much. But I feel like if I would have done soccer, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Okay.
But yeah, football was my main sport. I did track. I really stuck with those two during high school. Yeah.
And what was the experience like? Your mom and dad being involved, him being the coach. I know at times he was a little bit overly passionate about it. Were you ever at any times were you ever embarrassed? Did you ever go to your dad like, hey dad, like,
no,
like chill?
There's so many times where I was embarrassed. My dad would make me cry. He would call me things like, I was like, oh no. I would play bad and I would just hear
he would rip you. Yeah,
the whole ride home.
The coach's son always gets it the worst.
Yeah,
bro.
and no one really sees that. Like, no one really understood that. But man, when I was in the car, my dad would rip it to me. But I kind of liked it because it put a fire under my butt. But
you're a weirdo, bro. He liked to be talk shit too, bro. We have a weird fetish, nephew.
I loved it. I craved when people would talk crazy. I craved when
the constructive criticism, you mean?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and it pushed me to be better. But like, my dad did go overboard sometimes, where he got kicked out of a few leagues from coaching, and yeah, I remember one time he got kicked out of the league, and my mom had to take over the team. So that was fun.
I never knew that. Okay, I mean, not to spread his dirty laundry, but what did he do to get kicked out?
We were getting smacked by like 50 in basketball. I remember we were at Wilson High School. He went all the way in the top of the bleachers during the game, and he was like, "You guys figure it out. I'm not coaching right now." Like,
and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. And he got kicked out. My mom had to step up. She was in the team photo.
How did she do taking over?
She did all right. She let us have fun. Yeah, we just
and watch you guys were like undefeated, like once your mom took over.
I think we did better for sure, but yeah, it was a little crazy.
Yeah, no, because I think I was watching. It was Andre Ward, the boxer, and he was saying that his dad would coach him, but that when he would kind of criticize him and really give it to him, that he was shut down. Some people when you're just yelling and screaming and for some people it works.
Yeah.
For other people, not so much.
No, there's times I shut down and I wanted to stop playing, but for the most part, I knew that was my relationship with my dad. Like, he would try to motivate me to make me better, and sometimes he went overboard, but it made me stronger. It made me okay with taking criticism.
And that's important.
Yeah.
That's important. And I'm pretty sure, like, how do you have a very good relationship with your dad and your mom? Because do you feel like them being so involved in your sports life, did that bring you guys a lot closer?
For sure, that brought us a lot closer. It's just been the three of us growing up. So like my dad was always there, my mom was always there, so that really helped. And just the three of us, like, that's my team right there.
Yeah.
Like, I love my dad, I love my mom, and we're a team.
And what was your upbringing like?
It was a little rocky at times. My parents were really young when they had me, so they definitely did have their struggles. They had their fights and stuff like that. And there's times where I didn't think they were gonna like work out, but like now they're really involved in church. I'm really involved in church, and I feel like that really helped us. And now like my mom and dad are like more in love than they ever have been, and it's good to see the growth in my parents, and it's good to see like how the bad didn't stop us from growing. It definitely made us stronger.
And seeing that, what has that and seeing that your parents struggled in the beginning and seeing how strong they are now, how did you absorb that? Like and how does that make you a better man and for your future partner?
It definitely made me, I don't know, because I would pretty much be on my mom's side for most of the time, because I have to like protect my mom. I have to be there for her and stand up for her. But it made me like more aware of things not to do and things to do. So like now my parents will go out on dates and my dad will take my mom out, my mom will take my dad out, and it's just good to see that, and I want to use that in like my relationship.
That. Yeah.
But like, I did see them argue a lot when I was younger, and that made me realize like I don't have to raise my voice. I don't have to like argue like that to like get my point across, or for my significant other to get their point across. Like we could be healthy.
Yeah. No, that's very important. Sometimes you do need to see that so you could tell yourself that's not how I want to be.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's good that you looked at it, you analyzed it, and you just told yourself. I mean, of course, it's natural for us to get upset. Yeah. It's natural for us. It's natural. But at a young age, for you to really incorporate that and acknowledge that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't like that as a kid, bro. I was the same way. I would, if I was 18, 19, bro, I was a shouter. I had very little self-control of my emotions. So when you could honestly have that self-control with your emotions, bro, that's a big mountain to climb.
Yeah. And now like I feel like I'm not really gonna be a shouter. I'm not gonna be like trying to bicker and stuff like that. But I know I'll get angry at some points. But I just want to like remain calm and be patient.
So what's your relationship status right now? Are you single, married? It's complicated. I'm just having a good time.
Yeah. No, I got my girl.
Okay.
Yeah, she knows who she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been with your girl?
It's been like 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a little over 2 years. We've been together. I think since sophomore year of high school.
How did you guys meet?
Through church. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So man, so church girl, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right.
I love you.
Oh, here we go. Hey,
don't cut that out.
We don't got time for that.
I had to.
I was messing with you. So you were working and going to school. How do you think that's helped you? Because I did the same thing.
Okay.
I did the same thing. I worked, and then I was in high school. How has that helped you? Are you a big believer that young students should be doing that? Should be going to school, working at the same time? Okay.
I definitely feel like it's not for everyone, but it was very beneficial for me to.
What made you? I'm sorry to interrupt you. What made you want to get a job?
I was about 15, 16 when I first started working, and I would always play sports, and I had free time, and I wanted to make money for my own. So my dad was working at a restaurant at the time. I was like, Dad, you think you could hook me up? He said, yeah. So I hooked up with him. We were working together for a while.
How was that? How was working with your dad?
It was cool.
Was he shouting at you?
Nah.
Was he telling you how what you could have done better in the car?
Not really, because he was a server, and I would be more in the back cleaning and washing.
Oh, okay, you're like a dishwasher.
Yeah, but if I felt like Bronny and LeBron, it was just. I'm just kidding. But we were just working together. He didn't really get in the way of my work. I didn't get in the way of his work. But it was fun to work with him for a little bit. Yeah, and it motivated me to just be a grinder when it comes to work.
And I forgot to ask you the question previously about football. You didn't play your senior year.
No.
Why didn't you play your senior year?
I think I got to the point where I played so much growing up. I just wanted to enjoy my senior year. I just have fun, go to school, not worry about like the heat of practice, running. I didn't want to run no more for anyone's mistakes or for my mistakes. I just wanted to enjoy myself. And I have a job at Chick-fil-A. So during my senior year, I was just working, enjoying myself. I had my car, so it was cool. It was a cool little senior year.
Was it hard for you to pretty much just say I'm call it quits?
I got to the point my sophomore year where I was okay with walking away from sports, but I decided to play my junior year. It didn't go as well as I wanted to, so I was at the point where I was happy. I was happy with what I've done. I was happy with the things I've learned through sports, where I was okay with letting it go. The hard part, though, was not playing the senior year with my dad coaching, because he was my coach my whole life. So
did he coach?
He didn't coach the senior year. Like the whole coaching staff was let go, and there was a whole new system. So I just didn't want to be a part of starting over. I was content at that point.
And what has sports taught you personally?
It's taught me teamwork. It's taught me to just work hard for what you want. It taught me just if you're gonna do something, do it with all your heart. Do it as to the best of your ability. That's something my dad always taught me. If you start something, you gotta finish it. So I feel like I did a pretty good job with that. I started football throughout since I was 5. I've continued till junior year, and I felt happy with where I was.
So you felt like the mission was complete.
Yeah,
there was,
for sure.
You didn't have no regrets, no
yeah,
look
and
backs.
I knew at that point I wasn't gonna go to college for football or for track. So I was another year. I don't want to get hurt. I want to enjoy myself.
Yeah. No, that's respectable and reasonable when you've been doing something your whole life since you were a kid. Sometimes you just outgrow it.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're a realist. You're not hoping that I'm gonna go to the NFL and this and this.
I'm a 5'10" Mexican from Austria. I'm not going to NFL.
I mean, you could be a kicker.
I guess.
Okay. Your religious path. I know you're really big on religion. How did you fall into that? I know you. A lot of it, part of it, came from your mom.
Yeah.
But where does all that stem from?
I always had a respect for God, a respect for church, but my family wasn't so involved. I wasn't so involved. We'd just go here and there on Sundays. But I got to the point where we got invited to the church across our alley by the pastor, and my dad was like, "Let's do it. Let's try it out." They gave us some free furniture. So my dad told us let's go, let's show our gratitude. And my parents were at the point where it was kind of rocky at that moment. So they just decided to go through with it. My mom didn't really want to. She thought the Christians are crazy and stuff like that. But we fell in love. We saw how God was working in our family, and we've just grown so much through going to church. So I just continue to go, and I love it.
Yeah, I remember talking to your mom about that the first time she went.
Yeah.
And that she just felt like it was like a cult type of thing.
Yeah, she thought people were crazy because they were screaming and singing and stuff like that. We didn't really grow up seeing that. And
now it's just I remember hearing that after high school that you wanted to go to college to become a pastor.
Yeah.
Is that something you're still trying to do, or
For sure, I want to do something that involves like ministry and serving in the church. Both my parents, my dad works with the men at church, and my mom works with the women and the children. So I definitely want like something that type of role. Probably not a pastor, like.
And so, what is it like? If you don't mind me, what does a ministry do? Like, what is that?
So my dad does Bible studies, and my mom does Bible studies as well. They're really involved with the men and women. They serve them, they talk with them, they counsel people. So I really like that role more because I could still like have a career, a work, but also be involved with church and helping others grow.
And like, how long has this voyage of you being involved in how long has that been going on?
Oh, we've been going to our church for about 5 years, and I feel like for sure during COVID, I grew definitely in my faith, and because I would just be at home, not going to class on Zoom. I wouldn't go to class at all. So I would just read my Bible, ride my bike, just enjoy the outdoors, and I'll take my Bible everywhere with me. I'll start reading, and I really felt like something changed in me, and I just stuck with it, and it definitely has helped me become who I am.
And to be a pastor, what do you gotta do to be a pastor?
You gotta be everywhere involved with the church. You gotta serve, you gotta help, you gotta mentor, you gotta lead the church, you gotta everything. So I feel like I won't really step into that role. More so like.
But you just want to be involved.
Yeah, I definitely want to be involved. I don't want to just go to church. I want to make a difference.
And what is your take on people? Because I do hear that a lot too, where doesn't matter what religion, how there's a lot of like hypocrites. You know, they say certain things about church, but yet they don't really follow what the church, like they judge, they criticize, and like that's not something that the Bible talks about. Is judging people based off what they look like or judging them based off their actions. So like when you run into people like that, like what's your view? I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to sit here and make you judge them either, but what's your opinion on that?
I definitely feel like there's gonna be bad apples everywhere, whether it's church, like anywhere you come, any group that you go to, there's definitely gonna be those people that are hypocrite, and I feel like you shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't be a hypocrite. You stand for what you stand for. You believe what you believe. But I know that I love God, and I want to love on people too. So. Nice. There's definitely going to be people that spoil it for others, but I feel like you just got to love God, love people, and also obey what his word says. And that might go against what like other people may believe, but I'm just going to stand firm on my values.
And what is the relationship with both of your parents? Like how?
Oh, I feel like my relationship's really good with my parents. I'm more like, I feel like tighter or closer with my mom, but I also like, I love my dad, and we'll go places, we'll play sports and stuff like that.
So you're a mama's boy.
Yeah, I definitely am a mama's boy. Yeah, but my dad and I relationship is different from my mom and I. I'm more like, I'll talk to my mom about certain things, and my dad, I just like enjoying being with him, like hanging out with him. Yeah.
So do you like feel comfortable talking? Like what is if you can elaborate, what is something you feel more comfortable talking to your mom about compared to more talking to your dad about it, and vice versa?
I don't know, like I'll tell my mom anything, and with my dad I'm more like, I don't know, it's different. Because
do you feel like it's because he's gonna get upset, he's gonna judge?
No, he's definitely not gonna get upset or judge. I don't know, like I feel like I have more time spent with my mom than I did with my dad, but I definitely like, I'll talk to my dad about certain things, or like if I have an issue, I definitely know I could go to him. So just like that. Yeah.
And having both parents in the house, how do you think that's helped you?
It's definitely been very beneficial, because if I didn't have my dad, I feel like I probably would be involved with things I shouldn't have. But if like I didn't have my mom, I definitely wouldn't be as kind or as like loving.
Yeah.
So my dad, I feel like not more disciplined, but like I could just know that my father's there. He'll protect me and he'll guide me, and my mom will be more like caring and nurturing.
And just recently, I would say 2 months ago, we had an episode with your brother CJ. It seems like your dad and your brother have kind of made amends.
Yeah.
And now they're building a relationship. What's your feeling on that?
I love that. I love that for them. It's really cool to see like my dad and my brother enjoy each other's company. Like I'll be asleep because I don't really go to the gym like that, but they'll go to the gym. They'll have fun with each other. They'll talk to each other, and I'm excited to see how that continues to grow. And then with me and my brother, like I love him. I love him being around, and I love the smiles he leaves in our kitchen with the seafood. But I just enjoy having the brother I've always wanted to have.
Did it ever bother you? Like, did it ever bother you knowing you had a brother and not being able to be with him?
I feel like more so when I was younger, I'd be like, man, I have this brother that I don't know, and I want to know my brother. But as I grew, I knew like eventually something will grow out of it.
Did you ever ask like your mom and your dad like?
Not really. Be honest, I didn't really like. I wasn't really questioning or anything like that. I knew I had a brother, but I just didn't really ask, or I didn't want it to be awkward.
Yeah.
But it's good to see the growth that my families have shown.
Well, I do hope in the foreseeable future that you guys are able, because I know there's so much lost time spent, and then it seems like you guys are very different, but very alike, and I feel like he could learn a lot from you. I know you're young and all of that, but I know you have a completely different outlook compared to him, but you're obviously you benefited because you had your dad.
Yeah.
And your mom, and both present.
Yeah.
So
I definitely, I do feel that. And I've also been like, that he's been around. I've been like talking to him a lot more and like learning about who he is, who my brother is. And he's been giving me a lot of good advice as well. And it's been really cool to have someone bigger to look up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I could say I was very noble of you. I'm very proud of you. Is you're not typical 19-year-old. And what I mean by a typical 19-year-old, when I was 18, 19, I wanted to be out in the streets.
Yeah.
I wanted to be, drinking and smoking weed and doing all that kind of fun stuff, going to clubs. And I know that's not where you're at.
Yeah.
What has kept you away from all of that?
I've just seen how I growing up, I've seen the negative parts of that. I've seen like arguments and fights, and I didn't want to be involved in that, and that's really helped me like not mess with stuff like that. So I've seen like my parents argue, my family argue. I've seen like fist fights over like drinking and smoking. So that never really appealed to me. I'm more like low key, laid back. I just enjoy being like by myself in my room, with my friends, with my girlfriend. I just enjoy like stuff like that. Just
and then your boys are into that type of.
Not really like, and the people I do hang out with, they're more so like, we just chill together. We like go out, eat, stuff like that. We don't really mess with that. Yeah,
that's cool, bro. Cause yeah, I mean, and even in high school, like they weren't young kids, like hey. Tempting you like, hey, let's have a joint or have some alcohol.
Yeah.
Or
I don't think like anyone like asked me because like they knew like I would go to church and stuff like that. But there's definitely people that did, and like, I'm not gonna judge them. Like I understand like a teenager like wants to do that, but no one's really like asked me or told me like, hey, you want to smoke this or anything. So I just didn't want to involve myself with that.
No, and honestly, nephew, I really admire you that you stood away from any of that, because yeah, you're right, man. I think definitely drugs and alcohol has really hindered our family.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what you, Reno, Abel, Isaac must have like.
There was some crazy things.
Yeah, like us and our house was always the party house.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like thinking about it now, it was like, man, what, you know, we kind of, I think like, what were we doing? You know, what
Well, our family definitely changed.
yeah, a lot.
But I mean, like, I love my family. I know they argued and fight, but like at the end of the day, we're really tight knit family. So that's cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a very small family.
Very small. Yeah.
Okay, so your side business.
Yes, sir.
I know you got this because he's on this hustle. That's one thing I love about my nephew compared to some of these younger adults. They're not out there being go-getters. So I'm curious to know from the audience, whether it be from parents or from young adults his age, where are you guys at on that level? Are you guys go-getters? Are you guys, I just want to chill? And as parents, like, what is, how long do you give like that leash? Once you come out of high school, it's like, do you give your kids options? Either you go to school or you got to work, or you do both. Because you're gonna be doing both, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And living out here in Cali, we have to do both.
Yeah.
And we have to, working at a young age. It's been like, it's important, bro. Because I mean, you got a car, you gotta put gas and insurance and all of that. So. Okay, so like your side business, explain that to me. What got you into this detailing?
First of all, follow Details by Noah. It's details with a Z _ on TikTok and Instagram. I have to shout it out real quick.
Nah, it's cool. We're gonna definitely display that on it. So on the video. So don't worry about that. But yeah, what got you into that?
I was just bored, to be honest. I work at Chick-fil-A right now, and I really enjoy that. But there's more than 40 hours a week that you have. There's so much time on my hands, especially right now during the summer. I was like, I need to pick something up. I need to make some extra cash. Not because I needed it, more so because I was just bored at home. I would just be on TikTok, watching YouTube, and I kind of got tired of that. I was like, change. So I would joke around a lot with people at work. I'd say, let me cut your hair, let me wash your car, let me do something. And I just decided, like, why am I just saying that? Like, let me just invest and see where this takes me. So I spent a couple $100s on my equipment, and now, like, I've washed about 10 cars so far, and I just want to continue growing.
Okay, so where can people? I know you displayed it, but like, because you're mobile, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he has a mobile detail business. What's it called again?
Details by Noah.
Details by Noah. Okay, what is it that what's the minimum? What are your prices and so forth?
Right now, my basic detail, not too pricey. I know there's a lot of other details that are pretty expensive. I just want to be an affordable business. I'm just having fun with it. I wanna help people. I know a lot of people don't want to go all the way to the car wash. The reason I started the detail is because I took my car the first week I got it to a regular car wash that you drive through, and they dent my door, and I couldn't do anything about it. So like, I'm just gonna hand wash my car from now on, and I kind of started enjoying it, and just started doing it more often with my own car, and I felt like, oh, I could do something out of this. So my basic wash, it's about $50. My deluxe is gonna be like $65. It's a nice interior, exterior.
So you do both?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So for the $50, you do the interior and exterior?
Yeah, for both of them, the interior and exterior. The only difference is that the deluxe one will come with I'll detail like your tires and your rims, and that definitely makes the car look so much better.
Yeah.
But like for a basic one, 100% hand wash. We do a rinse, soap.
And what's your radius? Like where?
All over LA. I got El Sereno, Alhambra, East LA, South Pasadena. I'll go anywhere. I want to serve others. I want to just enjoy myself, and I want to see where this can take me.
Let's support the hustle.
Yeah, support small businesses.
Let's support the hustle.
It's hard work, but I really enjoy it.
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. And again, let's support the hustle. Let's support the small businesses. This young man right here just look, $50 is willing to go out, drive, detail your car in the hot sun.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
No.
I think $50, honestly, for a nice detail is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's really solid. I feel like others are charging hundreds, 200s, 300s. $50, I'll get you right, and you could call me back. I'll come back as much as you need me to.
That's awesome, bro. And I commend you on that. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
To be. I mean, you could have just been bored and started OnlyFans.
Oh heck! What's the feet finder? What's it called? I don't know. Taking pictures of your feet.
Feet fetish. Feet fetish.
Yeah, I could be doing that.
But yeah, man, like it's cool, bro. Like I said, I admire you being 19, man, and just having that grind mentality, going out, rolling up your sleeves, getting your hands dirty.
It's hard. It gets hot out there, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like until you find your career and you find that path. Until then, it's like you just gotta just be on that hustle and make that money. You know?
I really got inspired by like you with your podcast. I got a couple aunts that do their own side businesses. My brother has his seafood business, so I feel like it kind of runs in my family, like hustling and working hard for what you got, and that's really inspired me to do my own thing.
Because it makes you feel good at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're doing your own thing. Like even my parents, they're involved with men and women at church. It's not for money or anything, but they're doing something outside of work to benefit others.
Yeah, because in life, it's that saying, it's better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
And there's no greater feeling than helping people.
Yeah.
And even if you're working for, if you're helping them out and you're working for, detailing their car, yeah, you're giving them payment, but the fact that they get to look at their car like, damn, like,
yeah,
hell yeah.
You don't want a dirty car.
Yeah, hell, I mean, I don't want a dirty ass car. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's support my nephew right here. Yep. So get write that info down. So college, what do you want to do now? Like, you just got out of high school, you got these 2 gigs going on. What's that like? Do you want to go to college?
Yeah, I definitely I wanted to go to a university, a small private Christian university, but it was just really expensive, and I felt like it would really set my family back. So I didn't want to go through that path. I'm deciding to go to community college for the next 2 to 3 years.
What community college you thinking about? ELAC or PCC?
I'm going to go to PCC, Pasadena. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, see where that takes me. And my plan is to transfer out. And my goal out of this is to get a degree. It hasn't really been, like, my family hasn't really got a lot of, like, college experience. So just going out of my way to get that and start for that, that's definitely my goal.
Well, your grandma, she got her her associates.
Yeah, but I just feel like it'll be very beneficial for me if I have that. Yeah, so I really want to strive for that.
And what do you want to major in?
Business management.
And what's business management? I know it sounds.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know all that it has, but just want to learn how to market, how to serve others, how to grow my own business or grow other businesses, stuff like that. I want to help develop businesses.
Okay.
That's my goal. Yeah.
All right. Awesome, man. Hey, man, and sky's the limit, man.
Yep.
Now you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because now you're gonna be paying for all this on your own.
Yeah. That's definitely my goal. Like, my parents spent so much money on high school, so my goal, not have them worry about my school. I want them to just focus on building their own financial situation, so they could eventually move into their own place.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. All right, man, and I'm gonna ask you the last and final question before we skedaddle out of here. What is your overall motivation in life?
That's a good question. My overall motivation is just to live for God love on my family, be there, be a man that like is firm with his values, who supports his family. I want to raise a family. I just want like at least one to two kids, have a little house, nothing fancy. Just want to be able to be a provider for my family, and to help others just enjoy life. I want to really. We only have one life on this earth, so I want to really enjoy it. I want to travel. Just that, yeah.
Hey, man, and the sky's the limit for you, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that you're clean, you don't mess around, you're motivated, you're locked in. I truly believe that you're gonna do some positive. They're gonna do a lot of good damage in this world, and the world needs more people like you, men and women.
Yeah.
You know, need people like you where it's just you're just locked in. You know, you're laser focused. We all get distracted. We all sometimes, you know, need to get back on the on the road, on that narrow path. But it's part of growth, and you've just done such an amazing job so far. And I know that not only myself, your mom, your dad, all our family can't be more proud of you.
Thank you.
You know.
Yep.
So all right. So what are any final thoughts?
I want to shout out my uncle for this podcast. I know he puts a lot of effort. He put a lot of money into this. So, man, it's good seeing my uncle every week, every Friday at 8 a.m. Just do his thing.
He stole my line, bro.
Yeah,
he stole my line.
I had to. I watch every podcast, and I really enjoy seeing my uncle just do this, and he's really enjoying it. He's really putting his effort into it. So I appreciate my uncle for going out of his way to do this, and I'm thankful to have the family that I have, who supports me, who loves me. I just want to help my family out. I want to be a man that loves my family and provides for them.
Yeah, and honestly, man, my final thoughts. I just want to be the best role model.
Yeah.
That I could not only be for you, and for Julius, and for Abel, and for Isaac, and for everybody. We all have strengths and weaknesses.
For sure.
So I just want us to gravitate towards the positive, and we could work on the weaknesses together as a family, because we have grown so much. You know, as a family, especially me and your dad. Me and your dad didn't really have a good relationship.
Nah.
I mean, it was very, very rocky. Yeah. And to see where we are now, it's a big testament to people can change. For sure, yeah. On both sides. Yeah, on both sides. Definitely. And I'm very honored and grateful that you're here. I really wanted you to be here. And I hope that there's one young listener that can grasp and take something from this. Yeah. Like the whole purpose again of this podcast, it's really not just for myself, but it's for people like you to just express themselves, share their testament. And but before we get out of here, I was wondering if it'd be cool with you if you could just. If we could all just kind of like bow our heads and if you could just do a prayer for us. Okay. And so all right, this is not like a religious podcast. I don't want to get anything twisted, but my little nephew is really big on his religion, and I think today, not today, but I feel like I kind of need that prayer. So okay, all right, let's all just some respect and just bow our heads.
All right. God, I thank you for this opportunity to be with my uncle. I thank you, Lord, for what you're doing in his life, what you're doing in my family's life. I pray, Lord, that you use this podcast in a way that benefits others, that other people may see this and just want to grow, want to improve themselves. I pray for the listeners out there, Lord, that they may just, something about this podcast may help them. And I pray this in your name, amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you again, nephew. Thank you again.
Appreciate you.
We got some good things coming up in the next couple of weeks. My brother hooked me up with this pastor named Sergio, who is gonna link me up with this young boxer named Leonard. So we're gonna be interviewing him and his coach these next couple of weeks. It's at Lincoln Heights Boxing Gym. So I'm super excited for that. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of good stuff coming your way. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make it like a banana and
wait. I got one more thing.
Oh, got one more. Are
you dedicated?
There you go. Are you dedicated? Shout out Aid. We miss you, brother. We wish you were here. But we just hope that you're out there grinding, for the family. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. You're gonna catch us every Friday, 8 a.m. riding the wave. We'll see you guys next week. We love you.
Peace.